It's the Orange and Blue Report presented by the UVA Health System and another scouting report. Virginia football trying to make it 3 consecutive wins in conference play for the first time since 2011. I'm Dave Kane, and I'm joined by the ball hawk, Ahmad Hawkins, and here to break this thing down. Now, it's amazing. I mean, you look at their history for Virginia. They just haven't been able to put this many successive games together with wins, but here you come off of wins against Miami, on the road at Duke, and now you got this 3-game stretch, and you're sitting here thinking to yourself, could we be at 8 wins? But you can't get ahead of yourself. And certainly the players and coaches won't.
Yeah, definitely. And it's comparable to last year because a part of that 3-game winning streak when it started with Boise, North Carolina was a part of this. So if you want to relive what happened last year, North Carolina is included. So hopefully they get that 6th win versus North Carolina. Yeah,
a Carolina team that comes into this matchup just 1 win, 5 losses. However, that doesn't tell the entire story right there in each of the last 2 weeks against both Syracuse on the road last week and the week prior to that against Virginia Tech. 2 games they lost leads in the final 2 minutes. Is this a trap game?
It could definitely be a trap game, but this is a rival game, so this is going to keep UVA focused. But I always said this North Carolina team is a very dangerous 1-5 team. I know that's cliche, but when you look at them on film, and you talked about the last 2 games, they've basically been winning those games. They just couldn't finish.
All right, let's take a look at what this Tar Heel team does. Now, one of the things they do a lot, they throw the ball. 52 passes last week, but we're going to start on the ground because that is how they get things rolling. What are we looking at here?
Right here, you're just looking at the tight end flash block. North Carolina loves to control the line of scrimmage. This is an offensive line that's only given up 8 sacks, and it starts with the running game, and they just get a nice push. They have 2 dynamic backs, and those guys get up the field quickly, and that's how they control the offensive line, control the tempo.
Yeah, this is a guy in Antonio Williams who has been carrying a lot of the load this season, transfer from Ohio. He works also with the guy we saw last year, Michael Carter, who broke off a couple big ones against Virginia. We'll look at those as Carter shows you what he's capable of.
Carter's a guy they like to get out on the edges. He's very dynamic. They use him out of the backfield to match up with linebackers in the passing game also. And UVA, if you remember, he had over 120 yards rushing in the 3rd quarter alone last year. Here you see versus Virginia Tech in the Bud Foster-led defense. You see North Carolina yet again controlling the line of scrimmage and the back doing the rest, making the guy miss in the hole. He's so dynamic, so explosive, and once he gets to the outside, he has the speed to finish. So the Cavaliers have to do a great job with their run fits.
And of course, we talked about the game-breaking potential with this guy. Virginia got a taste of it firsthand last year, as you saw evidence of just a moment ago. But the other part of this offense, as I alluded to, 52 passes a week ago on the road at Syracuse. Now, that was against a Syracuse team that was putting a lot of heat on the quarterback. That's one way you dispel that. Do you expect we'll see some of those short dump-off passes that Carolina likes to run with that tempo offense?
I definitely do, Dave, and the reason why is because it gets the quarterback in the groove, and Elliott is a guy that doesn't have a lot of yards, doesn't have a lot of touchdown passes, but then again, that short passing game is an extension of their run game, so it keeps the defense moving laterally, and if they want to stay one step ahead versus Bronco Mendenhall in this defense, because the last 2 games, this defense has been very dominant.
On the flip side of the ball, we talked about Carolina when they're running the football. Now, defending the run has also been an issue for the Tar Heels this season. They come in ranked 12th in the ACC, allowing close to 190 yards rushing per game. And with Virginia, whether it's Jordan Ellis or whether it's P.K. Kier behind him and Lamont Atkins, they've got some options to turn to regardless of the health situation for Jordan Ellis coming into this game. How confident are you in Virginia, and how important is that run game going to be in this game?
It's very important because North Carolina hasn't had to deal with a quarterback like Bryce Perkins also. So now you factor in Bryce Perkins with all the weapons that you stated, and now it's a guessing game because these linebackers this year for North Carolina have been fixated on the running backs. Now you have a quarterback that's tied in. They play a lot of man-to-man on the back end. That means the 3rd level of run support is going to be very late. So Bryce Perkins could definitely be a key as he is all week, but he can kind of hold those linebackers and they won't be able to fit in those A-gaps as fast as they would like.
And it does bear mentioning, against Syracuse last week, Eric Dungy, mobile quarterback, lifted from that game, was struggling a bit. His replacement came in, threw the ball extremely well. So we'll watch this all play out again coming up tomorrow. It is a 12:20 kickoff. It's Scott Stadium. We are looking forward to seeing you there. Hope for a great crowd. We'll hit the airwaves at 11 o'clock across the Virginia Sports Radio Network. For Ahmad Hawkins, I'm Dave Kane. That is your Orange and Blue Scouting Report.